Welcome back to CLE Weekend. Now, March, it is usually, when us Clevelanders, we get the winter like us, right? We're tired, it's cold, we're stuck inside, you can't wait for spring. But there is one thing that helps get us through this month, making it a little bit more bearable, and that's college basketball. The 24th MAC tournament, it is coming to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, and we have got the guy who knows all about it here to discuss. I want to say welcome to John Steinbrecher. You are the commissioner of the Mid-American Conference of the National Collegiate Athletic Association Division I Collegiate Athletic Conference. Okay, that's the title. That is the title you got.
A lot of words there.
Yes, but thank you so much for coming in. We're excited to chat with you. So one of the biggest things we do want to talk about is the tournament. Let's first start there. Explain a little bit about what the tournament is.
You know what? We bring 8 men's and 8 women's teams to Cleveland. Our champion will end up getting an automatic invite into the NCAA basketball championship. A lot of intensity, a lot of drama. I think on both the men's and women's side, the average margin of victory, regardless of the round, is single digits. So the games are more often than not really close.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
That's what makes it such a good game. I'm a basketball player. I'm tall, so it's like, my parents were like, yep, you're gonna play basketball, and so are your sisters. And we love it, but it's one of those things that, yes, I love watching the game, because when it is close like that and it's high intensity, you're gonna get a good game. People who are coming out, they're really gonna enjoy seeing that too.
We've been here in Cleveland with this event for 24 years. It's the second longest run of a conference championship in the same venue across all 32 conferences in the country.
Wow.
And part of it is we have such a wonderful base of fans here across all 12 of our member institutions. We have a wonderful canvas to paint this picture on, and that's Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, which is second to none in terms of facilities. It's become a great tradition for our membership.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I want you to tell us a little bit about that partnership, because it is a really good, solid partnership that you've got.
Well, when you play in maybe the best arena in the country, my job is to not do anything silly and get out of the way, get the teams here, and let everything happen. And so we have a great venue for the student athletes. We have a wonderful place for fans to come and enjoy. We've got this wonderful tapestry of downtown, this walking campus, where you can walk to everything, enjoy great restaurants, clubs, tremendous basketball, and fine hotels. And here we are.
You just sold it. You sold it. Here's everything that you can do. In terms of MAC alums, tell us a little bit about, why those fans come out to the tournament and why it is so enjoyable.
Well, we have a passionate fan base, particularly around basketball.
Yeah.
We have a great tradition. We've won tournament games, I think NCAA tournament games in 5 or 6 of the past 13 or 14 years. So we've had a little bit of success there, which we're proud of. And just making that event is really a focal point for all of the student athletes. And these are culminating events. And so you get a chance to come here, play on a big stage, a lot of people watching. It's pretty exciting when at that Saturday, somebody wins that championship and we're popping the confetti and I'm handing trophies, and that's really neat.
Well, speaking specifically then about Wednesday night of the MAC tournament, you've got your Wednesday is for Women event.
Right.
Let's talk about that.
We tie it back to the Women's Final Four, which we're hosting. 7 years ago, we got that bid. And one of the things we wanted to do to kind of a longitudinal promotional event was something called Wednesdays for Women. Wednesday of our basketball tournament week is quarterfinal days for the women. And so that afternoon, we've been holding a speaking series tied into it. This year, the focus is on women in media, and we have some of the top faces in sports media. We have Rosalind Durant, who's a senior vice president with ESPN. We have Heather Dinich, who writes for ESPN.com and is also a reporter on ESPN. We have Nicole Auerbach, who writes for The Athletic, is on NBC, is on the Big Ten Network. They'll all be coming in and having a chance to kind of have a roundtable discussion and share with those in attendance kind of what their journey's been. And talk about their love for sport.
Well, of course, and it's Women's History Month, so it's always nice to have these women tie in, right? Okay, I want you to take us through kind of the bid process, right? How it went to actually land the 2024 Women's Final Four here.
Well, again, it's another thing. We're so fortunate in this community with not only the facilities we have, but the organizations we have. So we've got Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse and the Cavs, who are tremendous partners. We have the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission, David Gilbert, and they're tremendous partners. And so we've worked on numerous events. And so in 2017, really went to them and said, hey, let's pursue the Women's Final Four. It had been hosted here back in 2007. Let's take a swing at it again. And so it's about a year-long bid process. Ridiculous amount of paper you got to figure out, and relationships you got to lock up, and contracts. And then ultimately we were picked as a finalist. We were one of 8 communities picked, went to Tampa, gave a presentation, and we were one of 4 selected to host in that next round of events. So it's a long process.
Yeah.
And then you've got to, in our case, we had about a 5-year ramp up. Okay, now you got it. Now you got to get there.
Ready, yeah.
And so you've got to raise a fair amount of money. You got to, again, continue to work on all the events that go around it. And so it's not just about 2 days of games. It's not about a Friday and a Sunday of games.
Yeah.
It's about really a week of events all and around that, in which we'll celebrate women's basketball.
Yeah, and we're so excited for it. If we want to come out to the event, of course, a lot of people do. What's the best way to get tickets?
You know what? You can go to our website for the Mid-American Conference event. If you want to come to the Final Four, the corollary events around it, you can go to us, or you can go to ncaa.com and click onto women's basketball, and that will take you to all the stuff around the women's Final Four.
That's great. So we've got this on March 13th through the 16th here in Cleveland. Thanks so much, John, for coming on and giving us the full breakdown. We'll be right back on CLE Weekend.